Hi, welcome to the Japanese garden in the Washington Park Arboretum.
In medieval Japan, Zen Buddhism was introduced from China. Zen Buddhism is a version of Chinese Buddhism that places emphasis on meditation and koan, contemplation of questions with no logical answers. Zen Buddhism was especially popular with the warriors. With the arrival of Zen Buddhism came a new garden style known as Kare-san-sui. Kare-san-sui translates as dry mountain water. These gardens use rocks, sand, and gravel to form wave-like patterns, which are meant to be viewed from a static position. Plants were not important and sometimes even non-existent. Specific rocks would be named after Chinese mountains. Many of these gardens are found near the houses of Zen monks because of Kare-san-sui's connection to Zen Buddhism.
In medieval England, stained glass windows were very important to their culture, their religion, and their art. We decided to represent this by making stained glass cookies. In normal stained glass, wood ash and sand ash are melted to make glass. Then powdered color is added to it to make it colored. This makes glass. In our cookies, we represented this by crushing up Jolly Ranchers in different colors, like purple, blue, green, pink, and red. In the outside of the windows, real stained glass windows have lead, strips that are put around the glass. Because we were making cookies, we decided to use cookie dough. Before any of this could happen, the artist first sketched out on a big piece of paper as big as the glass what it would actually be of. This is how they made their designs and planned out what they were wanting to do. This way, the artists could design anything they wanted. Mostly in medieval England, the artists depicted pictures of God or Jesus. Stained glass today is used in various different ways. For example, we have a stained glass window in my house that's just a picture of flowers, so it doesn't have to be religious. The artist would put white lime wash around the glass to signify where it would be cut. First, it was cut into rough pieces with a dividing iron with a hot tip. The pieces were further cut to their desired size with a grazing iron. We symbolized this by cutting out the cookie with cookie cutters. Then, the glass pieces were painted with a pigment of iron oxide and ground copper with powdered glass to make the paint gray or black. Wine or urine or vinegar was added to help apply the pigment to the glass. We dipped Jolly Ranchers into the cookies. From there, the glass would be put into a kiln, which helped fix the paint to the glass permanently to keep the design on. Doing this, artists could make a variety of designs and add detail to their art. We represented this by putting the cookies in the oven. The cookie dough hardened, so it was kind of like the lead around the design. This is how we represented it. By the time we took the cookies out, the Jolly Ranchers had melted into what looked like glass. This made us stained glass cookies. Thanks so much for watching.
In medieval England, stained glass was a major pictorial art form. It was most commonly found in churches, however it also appeared in wealthy domestic settings and public buildings. Stained glass was very popular in northern France, Germany, and England. However, in other places, like Italy, frescoes were much more common. Because stained glass was mostly found in churches, it was overwhelmingly filled with biblical and religious images. However, occasionally portraits of heralds and other important people could be found. Along with its biblical origins, stained glass sometimes also gives us a narration of English history.
Many of us today think of stained glass as a cheesy art project or something that sits collecting dust in an antique store. However, stained glass has been an important part of the Christian church for centuries. Many abbeys or cathedrals would use stained glass to depict Christ or other biblical scenes. The Virgin Mary is one of the most common. She's portrayed as a queen with detailed glasswork all around her. The people often saw stained glass as a form of storytelling. There would be several panels depicting a specific part of the Bible. These were often the most important. The point of these artfully crafted windows were to enhance the beauty of the churches while simultaneously informing the viewer.